What's up? I'm Troubleshoot. Today is the 7th of August and it's been super busy. Not only is there a massive menu update where things look completely different, subscribe to my main channel for a full optimization guide with the new graphics options screen. Of course, we've had not only fresh items this week, which I covered, link down below, and on top of that, a huge Twitch drop session with 14 brand new free skins. We've also got the Twitch Pilot DLC fully releasing, and in this video, I'll show you everything you need to know about it and more. So, as you can see, the brand new Pilot Pack for $13 gives you 5 brand new items, or item skins rather. First of all, you get the Pilot's Fight Suit, the Hazmat skin, then you also get the M15 Semi Pistol, which is just a semi-automatic pistol skin themed off of the 1911, as far as I understand, built off of the 1911, that's why it looks like one, as far as I understand. Then the black box storage, which is anything but black, and a flight control Codelock, which is the first Rust Codelock skin. Maybe we'll see more, who knows, but this is the first. Finally, another massive chair skin. This is the Salvaged Ejector Seat. So let's check out all of these in game to figure out if it's worth $13. For the most part, only really if you want things to look differently. There's no real new functions. So let's start off at the top with the Hazmat suit. This is the brand new pilot suit and it's super detailed, completely custom themed, much like we've seen the other previous Hazmat skins being. There's tons and tons of work that's gone into this. The pistol on my hip there is actually a pistol that we can hold. And in the back, we've got a couple of things flapping on this backpack back here. You can see an oxygen tank as well as something smaller. Maybe it's a backup. There's a remove before flight tag, which is pretty cool, as well as a couple of other things which probably has some sort of Easter eggs. It's a really dark brown looking skin. That's probably one of the most unique Hazmat skins we've seen this far. Something a bit weird is zooming into the goggles. It looks weirdly blurry when you see the sky, but around the front, whoops, it looks mostly normal. Anyways, speaking of the top side over here, it's got tons and tons of detail, and there's actually something pretty unique about it. Much like the Abyss Hazmat suit, where we've got different helmets, this is exactly the same. So, starting off at the very top with the helmet, of course, we've got this on the front, 2 arrows pointing towards this blue line, and that blue line travels all the way around the back to the back here, where we've got some more red lines heading up from it. If you equip a newly crafted one, you'll see that there's a different pattern on it. This one's got a spades icon on one of the triangles here. That's red. It says a wizard on top and sort of a Union Jack / flag thing on top, all the way around to the right side, which has yet another blue arrow, this time with the same spades icon inside of it. Then you've also got a plain empty backside and front side skin, so you've got just a plain egghead. And the final one that I've found is this V on the front, which doesn't seem to wrap around to the back. It's just got one line up the back and these 2 sort of wolves on the back, which I guess would be maybe Airwolf. Yep, there you go, Airwolf. Saw that coming, which is the, of course, minicopter store in Bandit Camp. There's tons of love and attention that went into making this skin so well detailed, and I think it's really cool. Do let me know down below if you'll be getting this pack just because of this. But of course, we've got a few more things, and the first bit is this over here. This is the M15 Semi Pistol. Obviously, it's just a semi-pistol skin, and this thing does look very much like an M1911. We've got a serial number on the side, 991, all the way around to the back where we've got these beautiful sights, and of course, this play side over here just says Air Force Officer Model MPA. Doesn't look too crazy, but from the first person, it definitely does look pretty cool. It's a completely new looking skin, as it's a completely different model from the actual semi-pistol. If we zoom in here, you can see that there's these 2 dots on the crosshair, on the iron sights at the front and the back. If we flick over to nighttime, however, this gets really cool. As you can see, this crosshair is super easy to see at night. We've got 2 dots and a line on the very front over here. I'm pretty sure they changed how night looks, as it's really dark. That's crazy. Anyways, this glows, of course, in your hand, and if we look at ourselves from the third person, my goodness, I'm sure they changed something here. Nope, it's a storm. That's what it is. With a load clear, if we position ourselves here and load into nighttime, so there we go. You can see this from the third person. Obviously, I think nighttime was made a heck of a lot darker, if I'm not mistaken, with the latest update. Yeah, that is super dark. And of course, from the first person, it's definitely very easy to see what's going on here. I really do like how this looks. Then, of course, moving on from this, we've got a new item, which is this over here, a chair skin. the ejector seat. This obviously doesn't serve much function other than taking up a lot more space than just a regular chair, but it really does look super cool, and it's sort of a statement piece for a base more than anything. Unfortunately, there isn't really a function to this. It's more just a really cool looking set piece to drop into any base, especially if you're building something themed. You can see that there's a bit of the outside of the plane ripped off and stuck behind this thing. Obviously, a very well-used ejector seat that managed to stick the landing, I suppose. Taking a seat inside of it, this thing really does look cool and demanding. Of course, it's definitely very unique. I'm not too sure what you do with this for the most part. It's just a nice, cool skin to have. Takes up a lot of space though. If we hop off and go to climb on it, obviously you can stand on the chair and hop onto the back, and even these rocket pieces at the top, so it's a little bit taller than a regular chair, which of course is what it's based on. It's actually probably about twice the height, if not more. If you've ever seen the Ice Throne in-game, it's basically just as tall. In fact, I think it's maybe a little bit shorter. And if you're someone with the Secret Lab chair, it absolutely dwarfs it. It's way bigger. But yeah, removing these. The next item that we have is a small box, as you can see, which is the flight recorder box. It's a really cool looking skin for the small box, and obviously it's a complete remodel. I'll show you the size difference just now, and of course the hitboxes of these. It's got Alpha Software pin written on the side. That probably means something. A bunch of massive connector pins at the bottom, all exposed. Flight recorder, don't open on the side, and on the front over here, I guess some sort of a fuse. Let's see, emergency acoustic beacon. All right, a whole bunch of doodads and thingamajigs all attached and slightly weathered. It's a really unique looking skin that's pretty cool to have in the game, obviously. If you like any of these pieces, you do need to purchase them all together by purchasing the pack. You can't just get what you want and not much more. And with that, the last item to showcase is of course the brand new Codelock, which you can see over here. So obviously it's very different to the regular Codelock that we've got, in that it's got a completely repositioned light. I think it's also a different color. We'll compare them in just a moment. Different keypad, and there's even a key hanging out of it, which I guess sort of defeats the point of having a Codelock removed before flight. Yeah, I don't know, some sort of lockout key, who really knows? It's a cool looking thing filled with a bunch of doodads. It's a lot more exciting than just a regular Codelock, which, to remind you, looks like this. So there's quite a big difference between these. The light is way smaller, and of course flicking over to nighttime you can see the size difference here, and of course the brightness difference as you go further and further into the distance. The color's a little bit brighter and a bit more light green on the right, although when you get closer it doesn't seem to flare up as big. If we go ahead and lock these, there you go, you can see how they look here. Also very cool. I assume it would vanish more in a much darker skin, and flicking over to nighttime once more, it's just a bit smaller and it's a bit of a lighter, brighter red, I suppose. Zooming out further away once more, the light definitely is quite a bit brighter, but obviously also it's very much more focused. Not too sure if there's any kind of tactical difference to this. I don't really think so. Overall, it's just a nice, unique Codelock skin to have. It's obviously nice to have more options. But yeah, do let me know down below. I think this is probably the coolest item that we've got in the set, as the rest of them we've mostly seen something of that sort before. This is the first Codelock that we've seen in the game, and I'd be excited to see some more. But yeah, that's really that for this DLC pack. I've showed you the box, the hazmat, the gun, the chair, and of course the Codelock, which is all 5 items that we get in the set. Reminder, for $13 US. Are you going to be purchasing this? Do let me know down below. But that's really it. Thank you all for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.